And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report, and my guest this segment is Jim Beall, a member of the State Assembly from San Jose. Thanks very much for being with us.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You are a product of San Jose State University, and I think if you stay in touch with your university and know what's going on throughout the state, it's getting really tough for the middle class to attend major universities these days because of the tuition increases, fee increases.
You bet. It's not like it when I went there, and the students are having to get loans to pay for their tuition, and it's getting more and more expensive, and then that means the kids have to stay longer in school.
I was reading the other day that in the last 9 years that tuition and fees at the University of California more than doubled, and at the California State University system nearly tripled.
Yeah, and we have to deal with that, and that's why we have a legislative proposal on that. And our proposal is essentially to lower tuition by at least $4,000 for the California State Universities and over $8,000 for the University of California campuses. And what we're doing is we're closing a tax loophole, just simply closing it.
And what is that loophole?
Well, what it does is it's a technical loophole that was put in 2009 during the last hours of the budget debate, which is probably meaning like about 3 a.m. in the morning. And what happened was this loophole was put in to get the budget bill passed.
It was a negotiating chip.
It was a negotiating thing. And, you know, it's kind of like you have to hold your nose and vote for it because the budget was late and, you know, we had to approve the budget. So we're getting rid of this loophole. And the loophole essentially would say that if you're investing and making money in a California corporation offshore, you can get a tax break. And that's a dumb thing to do. So we're getting rid of that, and we're putting all the savings into lowering tuition for students.
I know it changes the way taxes are, I guess, calculated for these multi-state, multinational corporations. They would call it a tax increase, however.
Well, they didn't have this until 2009, so essentially for 2 years they've been having this as a tax loophole. Right. And so somebody existed for a couple years. So we're saying, okay, now we're going to repeal it.
Would there be an income threshold to benefit from this if you are a student?
Yes, it would be a family of $150,000 or less.
Okay.
And those that, I think, if you get down to like $50,000 income, those families, the children of those families can go to Cal Grant and get grants. So it's really sort of that middle class area.
The opponents of this legislation have, in a letter to the legislature, say that increasing taxes on businesses only ensures that these new graduates will not have jobs in exchange for slightly smaller tuition rates. What do you say to that?
Well, slightly smaller. I think a lot of middle class people will say $8,000 a year is not slightly smaller. I think that's a pretty good reduction in the tuition, and you know, that means that if you multiply that over 4 years, you're talking like a lot of money. So I think this is a significant reduction in tuition. It allows students to get through college faster and into the economy. And we know that if you go to school and get out of school and get a job, you're much more productive. Your income will go up. They say that for every dollar we invest in education, $14 comes back to the economy. So it really helps the economy.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but Jim Beall, member of the State Assembly from San Jose, thanks for coming by, talking about this very important issue to a lot of people.
Yeah, we have to depend on education to make our state work. So let's make this happen.
Thanks for being with us, and thanks also to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. You can also see this interview and other interviews on YouTube and on My Government on Demand. I'm Steve Swat. Thanks for joining us.